how I took some sawmill lumber and changed it to some shiplap joints for some nice paneling. Isn't that going to be nice? Watch and see how it's done. Today's video, I'll be making the shiplap joints with some common tools that I have. A lot of these tools I've had for 20 plus years. We'll start out naturally preparing the boards for the shiplap, and then I'll be using a Ryobi surface planer. I've had it for 30 years. It's been a good planer. And next then we'll be using the jig that I built on the previous video with my little DeWalt circular saw. Then after that we'll be going to the Craftsman table saw that I've had for years and years and years. At some point I'd almost like to update that, but I haven't. It still works, so I'll still keep it running. And then lastly, I'll be using a dado set I bought many years ago. Now all these tools are mostly hobbyist tools. It does take more time to do it. I don't have the fancy tools that you see a lot of these people with the sawmills have, to plane out the boards real quick, cut them to width, all that nice stuff. I don't have all those tools, but I'm going to show you how I did this with the tools that I do have, that a lot of you hobbyists will have. So watch till the end. Now I milled these on my sawmill. I milled them to 3/4 inch thick because I knew I was going to take them down to either 5/8 or a 1/2 inch. I wasn't sure which one I was going to go until I actually started milling and seeing how it felt and seeing what I liked. I've seen very little or hardly any videos on making paneling out of solid wood. So I thought I'd just go ahead and make one. So naturally I've tried different things. Probably the actual planing down took me the longest. A full crank on this planer that I have only takes me down 1/16 of an inch. On this hardwood I cannot go that far. I only go 1/4 of a crank at a time. So that kind of took the longest, made a lot of sawdust. I kind of spread it around the fence in my garden to kind of kill the grass and prevent me from weeding in that area. But milling, I will try to put a sight up here in the corner for it, so if you want to see how I milled it and what after planing these down to 5/8, I decided those were a little bit stiff to put on the wall, and a 1/2 inch would probably be sufficient. So I went ahead and planed them all down to a 1/2 inch. I'm certainly not going to show you the hours that I spent planing, so I'm going to speed it up through this point. Okay, now that I'm done planing, I cut everything to 1/2 inch here for the paneling. I decided on a 1/2 inch. I first planed everything down to 5/8. It felt a little stiff for me. I want the paneling to go up. And I did need it 5/8. 1/2 inch should be plenty on this cherry birch, which the hardness is a little bit harder than hard maple, they said. So it should be good and hard. It should really look nice on the walls. But let's continue. Now I have to make some straight edges and get it ready to actually start putting the shiplap on it. You can see this straight edge here. I'm lining it up. It goes in the middle, so the board has a little bit of a bow in it. Now I want to be able to cut that bow out. So I want to make sure that at least I grab a little bit of this inside here. And as you see, it's quite a big bow on this board. So we're going to try it right there. As you can see now, with this here, I don't have to worry quite as much about that board bending over, but I better make sure I clamp this one first. I almost forgot. I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but it was a heck of a lot easier to cut this board like that with this panel here, so I didn't have to worry about it, the angle on it any. I was able to just just cut the board. It worked out very well. Nice straight cut. Happy with it. Now my setup with this jig takes a little bit of back and forth working before it actually gets ready to cut. It does take some time. Some of you may wonder why I'm using a jig instead of just making a jig for the table saw and using right on the table saw, but I do have problems sometimes with long pieces, 8-foot pieces, just working myself without not quite enough rollers and stuff and a big enough table saw to really handle that comfortably for myself. It's easier for me just to rip one straight line, and then once I get one straight line, I can easily rip the other line against the guide, and I can keep it against the guide. It's just easier for me to work that way as I'm working by myself a lot. I did cut quite a few boards just to get the width. I tried to make most of them 5.5. I may want to make sure when I mill these on the Woodmizer that I make them a little bit wider. Some of these were a little bit just too narrow. It was hard to get 5.5. A couple boards I had to drop down to 5-inch. And then I brought a couple 3-inch boards just with me. Some of those I'll be using for test pieces just to make sure I set up my dado blades right. But I'm going to shorten also this part down because there's a lot of back and forth and a lot of working to get one straight edge on each side of these boards. Now that I have one straight edge, and I mark that straight edge so I know which side to put against my table saw fence, my next step was to find out the width I could get and then go ahead and rip each one of these boards to the appropriate width. I tried to get 5.5, but you see on it, I didn't get a lot cut off, so some of them I had to go down to 5-inch. I'll have to make a mental note of that so I can adjust my milling on the Woodmizer sawmill to compensate, make it a little bit wider. Okay, now that I have ripped my pieces to width, I got quite a few 5.5s. A couple weren't quite. They bowed too much. So I only got 5 inches out of them. But that's not so bad. I'll get more next time I'm up to camp, bring them down, plane them down. Now I got everything to 1/2 inch. Setting up this dado blade, I'll give you some close-up pictures of it. Once the dado blade is made up to the proper width, I installed it real close to the fence. And here is the dado set that I use, which is a Vermont. And this is nothing more than the instructions. I did not get any video on the actual setting up. Now I got the cut going. I used a good steel roller to check the depth. It's actually an 1/8 inch in, and I wanted a 1/4 inch down. Looks like I could go down a touch more. So I'm going to raise it up just a touch. And then that should be good enough. Now I'll cut 2 pieces. These are going to be scrap pieces just for testing and just for trying. I'm going to cut these and then see how they fit together. And then we'll go from there. And that actually looks good. This piece is a little crooked because it's a scrap piece. But you see how they fit together? And as they fit together, I'll do one on each side of it. Maybe I'll just cut it off to show you. I'll do another one on this side right now. These cuts go on opposite sides. So I have a cut on this side. I want to cut down on this side. Beautiful. I'll cut it down on this side. So one groove on this side, groove on this side. Same thing with this one, opposite sides. I'll cut this piece in half here real quick. As you see, it's a test piece. See how these pieces go together then. And then this will be my wall. Nice and smooth, straight edges. It's going to look good. I'm very pleased with it. I think this will work. I won't do the 5.5-inch boards. That's what I'm going to make them until I get more boards. So I set it up and they're all exactly the same. I just wanted to test it to make sure everything was going to work out okay. And I am very pleased. This way, even if, let's say they swell a little bit or they shrink a little bit, you see, I'm still going to have a gap in there, but you won't be able to see back in there. But I'm going to want them tight. Beautiful. As I said before, this is Sweet Birch. They rate it about the same as hard maple. It is a hardwood. Well, I want to thank you for joining me as I make this shiplap joint here. I think it's going to work out very well. Very pleased with it. And this is what I'm going to panel the inside of my camp with. This will probably go in the bathroom. So as you know, it's not going to go in for a while. I had to sawmill it. So the tree was freshly cut. So I have to let it dry a little bit more. It was only around 19%. I'm thinking about making a solar kiln just to get these dried out the rest of the way. But like I said, everything fit together. Now this is my shiplap joint. It is actually 1/4 inch deep, 1/4 inch in this way. And it is definitely 1/4 inch deep. Let me show you here. Hopefully you can see it. And then this way, I could make this probably a little deeper, just a touch. Just a touch. It's in between 3/16 and a 1/4 inch. Hopefully you can see it. But that's my shiplap joint. That's the size I made. So if you have any comments whether I should make it bigger or smaller or what I should do, let me know. But like I said, these boards I just use for testing. And to me, they fit together well. I'm very pleased. And I think this will stain very nice. This, according to what I've been reading, will darken with age. Now you see, just hobby tools, it took me a lot longer. It would have been nice if I had big tools and I could just rip everything out. I don't have that. Mine's more of a hobby sawmill. So I only have hobby tools. You see, I use an old, this Craftsman table saw is one of the first tools I bought. I'm going to say, shoot, 30 years ago. And you see the planer, that is, I know it's over 20 years old. My hand saw, circular saw, that thing's probably over 10 years old too. So I didn't use new tools. This dado blade I've had for a while too. I'm going to give you the information on it and the picture on it, what type it is. It's not a super expensive one, but it is a multi-piece one and you can adjust it pretty much the way you want it. I could adjust this a little bit wider, which I would have to add. I have to add some, in this set, in order to get it the way you want it or perfect, you have to add some shims to it in between the outside two pieces. These right here are inside pieces. If you want to make a larger dado blade, you see this one's been used quite a bit. I probably need to clean that up before next time I use it. But it works pretty good. I do appreciate your time. If you like this, please like it. Please comment. I appreciate the comments. Any ideas or any ways to make my life easier while I'm doing this? I'm going to do a whole wall, so I need a lot more wood planed down before I actually start this final shiplap joint. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and share and ring that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos as I make this sawmill wood into this. I need to sawmill some more. I need some 2x4s and stuff. So that hopefully is coming up in the next couple weeks. But once again, this is the old man with the plan, and I'll see you later.